Hi guys, Alex Peak Performance Reviews. Welcome to another vlog and welcome to another little update video on the Supra. Nothing too much, it's going to be quite a short video. I do often say that and it ends up not being a short video, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be a short video. All it is, obviously we're waiting for the motor. This is going to go away back to Mark's Extreme engines for the finishing of my motor, and then the motor is going to be dropped into the engine bay obviously, and then all ancillaries, new intercooler piping is going to be fabbed up, and then the car's going to be ready to fire up and dyno. But in today's video, you'll probably see from the title, I am finishing off or doing a lot more to the Accusump. We won't be able to definitively finish it today. Reason being is obviously until we know exactly where we plumb in onto the motor, we won't be able to do that final bit. But we've got a few little extra fittings and things going on. I'll show you what we're kind of doing and where we're up to. So yeah, unlike some people, we're not blessed with loads of space. I mean, we've certainly got a lot of space than some people, but obviously there's a lot of stuff in the boot, so excuse us on that front. But yeah, let me show you where we're at in terms of the Accusump. So we've made up a lovely big line. Let me show you that. So we've made a big, nice, large Dash 12 braided hose from Mishimoto. Really nice, kind of like say braided stainless hose from Mishimoto. It's basically made up of two lengths. We've got another fit in here, which is a joiner or adapter, a straight adapter. We've done that up there as well, and it interconnects to 1.5 meter lines. And that is essentially 3 meters, and that will run from the back of the Accusump, which I'll show you. I'll show you where I've mounted that and whatnot. So yeah, this is those lines out of the way. We have, and we just need to kind of align this all and do it up, but I haven't just yet. We have used some self-tapping screws, nice, fairly beefy ones. Really got the grip of that, so it's nice. Where this sits just at the top, this is just a bit further forward in front of the tank, which sits underneath here, more nearer this way, so it clears all anything really, so it's not going to get in pierce anything that you don't want it to. I'll show you that end as well. That is the end with the pressure gauge, obviously pre-charged pressure in there. That's where the oil is going to sit. And like I say, we'll do them up tightly. I've got this in. The reason why I've put it here where it is because obviously I hate adding weight. I've probably added say about 10 kilograms probably to the system with all lines and fittings and whatnot, but I've recently, if you've been watching our videos, removed about that, so I'm not too fussed. So what I've taken out, I've added back in with the Accusump, or the other way around as such. What I've added by putting the Accusump in, I've removed recently, which is great. So not adding too much weight to this. It's a fairly gutted out car, but not insanely gutted out. But I've done lots of clever, weird and wonderful things. Usage of carbon fibre titanium, and for that reason it's probably sitting at a curb weight of around 1300 to 1350 kg maximum. There's still some weight removing we are going to do without going too crazy. It still retains a lot of the dash and cockpit. If you would have watched one of my other videos recently, you'd have seen the iPad integration. It's got, like I say, a full, it's an 8-point cage from, Cusco Safety 21. So it's kind of essentially an FIA regulated cage, so very substantial, nicely designed and built cage. And it still retains a nice factory look in the front area with some beautiful Sparco Sprint seats and FIA harnesses and whatnot. Like I say, a bit of a mess in the back, but don't worry about that. This is going to look sexy and beautiful once this is all tidied up. But let's get back to the Accusump. Right, so the discharge point is on this side. It's a 1/2 inch port. What I'm going to do with this today is I'm going to put a fitting in a moment. I've bought this solenoid I can give you. Again, I'm building this myself. This is a remote solenoid, which basically is 12 volt VDC, obviously DC, direct current, which obviously can be supplied via battery, a car battery, 12 volts. VDC, direct current, as it is. And yeah, like I say, we'll tap into this, and it will be a 1/2 inch fitting into a reducer fitting that's going to go on the end of this, because I've bought a 3/4 inch hose. Where valves are concerned, there can be restriction during opening, so I've bought basically a 3/4 inch remote valve, essentially, just to keep the body big and the remote gate internally nice and big, which will then have a pressure sensor or pressure solenoid that will basically communicate with the solenoid will communicate and basically open when it hits a specific pressure. We're going to have a pressure of around 35 psi. What will happen is that pressure solenoid will know that obviously it needs to then open the valve when it's going anywhere below 35. This will open up and it will shunt oil into the engine bay, keeping pressure in the oil system to make sure there's no low pressure situations where you could spin a bearing and things like that. So low pressure situations can happen in high load G-force corners, acceleration, deceleration, anything really. I have got a gated sump from Tom I, which is really good, but you know, Accusump is second best to a dry sump, which is about £7,000. This system costs around £900 if you buy all the kit from Canton and all the other companies that do these kits, or you can make it yourself like I have for probably circa £400-500, so it's cool. Anyway, let's show you what we're doing with the fittings here. Obviously the wiring I won't do today, but I'll just show you what we're doing on the fitting side here. So yeah, we need a 1/2 inch nipple, they call that. I will put some either some PTFE or Permabond in there. I am a little bit skeptical and scared to do that, so I'm probably gonna, I think I'll go PTFE. It's probably safer than putting PTFE in a system, Permabond in a system, because if Permabond gets in there, it may cavitate and make the piston lock up or something like that. And, or should I say cavitate, just go hard, and if any of it goes into there, it's going to kill the piston. So I mean, don't get me wrong, the PTFE can do that as well, but it's probably less likely to go back in there if we do, if we put the thread tape on there, which is PTFE Teflon tape. So we're probably going to go with that. Yeah, and then essentially this obviously is 3/4 inch, so we're going to have to reduce that. So I have got a reducer just here. It's a 3/4. We'll put it in there. I'll put that in there, should I say. That will go in there. Like so. And then we'll have to take this off. We may have to take off the pump actually. So yeah, sorry, I just had a bit of a fiddle. I've got yeah, the Mishimoto fitting in the end there, which is basically a 3/4 inch male thread to a yeah, dash 10 fitting on the end, 12, sorry, fitting. I keep saying dash 10, they're dash 12, and this pipe is dash 12, nice and big to flow really good amounts of oil. It'll also give me, I think, because I've got 3 meters worth, it's probably with the Accusump as well, which is a 4-pint kit. It's essentially probably going to give me around 5 litres of extra capacity in the oiling system, and oil capacity is gold really in any car. Really high end race-like motors that you find in Porsche, new Porsche GT3s will have kind of like 10 litre oil systems, some even 11 and 12 on some mad clever cars with really good designs in them, even though they are designed and with weight in mind. They'll obviously think about that. On serious extent, some factory cars I believe, you know, like things like Conan's eggs and stuff will even have dry sump systems in them, and some high-end exotic hypercars and supercars may even have dry sump systems in them as well. Very little ones, but with very high cost they come, and you'll find them on the very high-end flagship crazy cars basically. But this is the orientation we're going in. I've done a 90 to here. It then clears this this wall just here. Then what's going to happen with this line is it's going to go down. We're going to use P-clips. Again, I'll do this another day, but not for now. I'm just talking you through things. I'll bring you round to the front in a moment. The lines are then going to follow this down here, and I'll show you. Excuse the light if you can't see it. And yeah, basically, if you see where the Accusump is there, it's going to follow this part of the body down here, run down here, and then it's going to go down this rubber bung, sorry, that is in the chassis. Obviously would have been under the carpet. It's going to, it's got a really nice kind of rubberized seal, so it's going to seal itself when it goes through. And basically I'm just going to make a cut in it, a very small like drill hole in there, and then squeeze the pipe through, and then that will stop any ingress from running up into the chassis, and it shouldn't do. And yeah, we'll then go through, again, P-clip it, then it will run underneath the body of the car, down the chassis, and down that way, like I say, underneath the car, and then into a probably some kind of a block port, probably another T-piece or something like that. And then we're going to put the sensor, the pressure sensor, right close to the block. Not too close to any heat. We'll keep it away from the heat, but off a block port of some sort when we get nearer the time. I haven't decided on what pressure sensor I'm going to go for, which is a pressure switch or solenoid just yet. But that is the gist of it. So this whole length is a perfect size. Like I said, it's 3 meters essentially. We've got another 90-degree fitting where we've joined them. If you can get enough pipe to kind of run 3 meters or custom length to what you require, buy the custom length that you need. I just had these, you know, perfect oil lines from my Mishimoto kit that I didn't end up using for a power steering fluid that you'll see on probably power steering cooler that you'll see on another video. This would have been way over the top, so we retained these lines that we had in an old oil kit, which was an additional oil kit. We've already got a huge couple of Mishimoto oil coolers on this car. Like I say, oil is key to cooling this car when we're running the kind of like 1,000 to 1,300 horsepower levels that we're going to be doing, racing at VMAX, half-mile events, and time attack and track days. So yeah, beautiful, you know, like I say, anodized black fittings. We're going black, silvers and carbon fibre. That's the new kind of theme of this car now. It's going to be free from kind of weird colours and jazzy colours anymore, and blues and stuff like that, and anything like that. We're keeping back to kind of that kind of nice clean look. Obviously the Accusump is a vibrant blue. That looks gorgeous in there. It's nice that that stands out, because it's cool to know and let people know that we're serious, and we've got a, you know, it's a serious little track toy, and it's got an Accusump kit in it. So yeah, that's cool. So yeah, that basically is it, guys. I said it'd be quite a short one. I didn't want to go on too much. That's really the gist of everything we've done today and we're doing. I can't really do no more until we get the block and the engine back in the car, which is genuinely going to be about 2 weeks when you watch this video, probably 2 weeks, maybe 1 week. And I'll show you a kind of walk around the engine. I'm going to give you what I call a build recipe for what essentially is what Real Street would call an RS2000 block. It's a block that's designed to withstand around 2,000 horsepower kind of levels. We're not going for 2,000 horsepower, but we've overbuilt the motor. We're looking at 1,000 to 1,300 horsepower, depending on how much these beautiful parts marry up and how well the recipe kind of has gone for us, and what we've done right. And we will find things along the way. Hopefully we've got the recipe close to being correct and right to get all of the power we can out of the car. But if we need to do a little bit more, we will do a little bit more. But we've really overthinked a lot of things. So unless we have some specific mechanical issues, which I'm praying and touching wood and all kinds to make sure that don't happen, but it could happen. We know these things happen. Car's been off the road for a long, long time, and I'm really starting to get excited about it. So yeah, if you've got any questions about anything in today's video or anything about the car in general, thank you guys for following us, you know, for our super content or whatever else, and I hope you're enjoying these videos. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. As always, like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you again in the next one. Bye for now.